Hello, I'm Dr. Elliot Hirschhorn of New Life Functional Neurology and Endocrinology in Greenville, South Carolina. We focus on helping patients suffering with chronic health conditions like thyroid disease. A common question I'm asked is, my doctor tested my TSH levels and said they're normal, but I still feel awful. I don't know what's wrong with me. He says I'm fine, but I don't feel fine. I'm getting very frustrated. What can I do? There are two main problems to deal with in this situation. First, TSH by itself is an insufficient and incomplete test to fully assess for thyroid function. It by itself, however, is the standard of care in medicine. Rarely is anything additional ordered, even though a complete panel is necessary for a complete picture. Secondly, no matter how many tests you have ordered, if the results are not interpreted properly, the information is not very valuable. That may explain laboratory reference ranges. Let's take TSH for an example. The reference range for TSH is different from one lab to the next. In fact, I've seen the upper limit be anywhere between 4.5 and 6.5 depending upon what lab you go to. How can this be? It's because each lab calculates the reference range based on the average values for everyone that got that test last year. They stretch out the acceptable so-called normal range wide enough so that literally 99.7% of all people will fall within that so-called normal range. For those that know stats, it's 4 standard deviations from the mean. Most of the people that go to the lab to get tests done are actually sick, so you're basing your health on a lab range that is calculated using a group of mostly sick people. There is a better way though. We use functional lab ranges that are based on a healthy population and the range is not as broad. This allows us to determine health issues before they become full-blown crises. Think about it this way. If you're heading toward a cliff and you're blindfolded, when do you want to know that that cliff is there? After you've already fallen over it? No, you want a warning. Functional ranges allow us to give you a warning about any impending health problems. Remember, you don't suddenly become unhealthy as soon as you cross an arbitrary threshold. It's a gradual progression. Functional values help us to identify a disease in process of development rather than waiting until it qualifies for an actual medical diagnosis. So, the reason you may be feeling fine despite your normal labs is because either the proper testing has not been completed or the test results were interpreted improperly. Maybe you're just below the cutoff for a diagnosis, yet well on your way to dysfunction. If you still feel terrible despite having normal labs and you want to know how I can help you, contact my office today at the phone number below to schedule a consultation to see if you qualify for care. Thank you and have a great day.